This is for Walmart's corporate office. You know, every time I came to work at 12:16, and at night they have a guy that comes in there about in the morning towards the evening. He's a black guy, and he always tell me it's gonna be your time. But I'm gonna tell you something. He was a good black old guy, and he's still as a cashier. But when you're black people and you're white people are being racist, God disrespect that. And I want Walmart to know something because I'm calling them out. God calling them out where black people don't love doesn't mean it doesn't matter how many hours we put in. They racial profiles with the white man and they discriminate on us. And God had enough. Let me tell you something. God said you want change corporate offices. You want change businesses. But I want to tell you something. They say don't worry about what you can't control. Why Mr. Pastor? Why she say that? Don't worry about what you can't control. We're gonna put her in there. I can control life and I can control where I wanna be at. God said 1,000 years from now, it will be more people like me. And you have to understand those things can't be measured. Those things can't be broken. Not by silence, not by treatment. You know why we can't control things? Because of numbers. Numbers against personalities. Numbers against the ability. That's the way we can't control it. Pastor Joy, she said some let go of things that you can't control. We can let go, we can control everything. But when God got crucified, the numbers was greater, right? How we supposed to change something and the numbers greater? How we supposed to change that and the numbers greater? It is my time. But our black people and our white people gonna team up together to stop my time. Like hip hop and Boosie. They playing like they ready for God and they ain't ready. So I want you to understand something. Where we come and how we come, where Texas and racism from Walmart and businesses don't recognize things. They say let go of things that we can't control, right? Why hip hop and Walmart lying? God say when you have worked hard, you deserve it. And it takes really good people to look at that. And God say no matter what the black and white say and they team up, I'm asking the people in power to look at those things. The same people that doubted you, they will be all in your face, doubting your ability to follow through. But I want them to know something. God has had enough of everything. They lie in the business. Now they trying to discredit me by giving MO3 and the rest of the people the credit in Walmart, giving racism of the black man and the white man teaming up. Why should I been? Why should I been? Your racism is understandable. One of the pastors said, let go of things you can't control. It's not about letting go of things we can't control. But when they team up with God, the numbers graders, right? Now they teaming up with God again, right? Boosting them line. God said we can control, but it takes real powerful people to look at that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. When we talk about let go of things that we can't control. Numbers was against God, right? And numbers, if God can control it, what's the problem? If God can control it. If God can control it, what's the problem? Those things can't be measured with anything. So one of the pastors just says, "And let go of things you can control." And I told him I worked at Walmart. That black man, he's a cashier. He came in every day and he told me, "Hubert, what you will get your chance." And he was a good cashier. He been with Walmart a long time. You know why God can control the things that he can control? Because the number was great up when people didn't believe with racism. And now they doing it in the hip hop and they doing it in Walmart. God said they haven't changed, but they reach out for me. They cry for me, but they haven't changed. It's going to take real powerful people to acknowledge, real God children to acknowledge somebody, not Walmart. Doug McMillan ain't nothing. But it's going to take real powerful people to acknowledge hard work. And I'm asking the senators to acknowledge those things and understand those things. Because Doug McMillan won't acknowledge him. Him and his racist employees, they're going to go against the things we stand for in America. I would not bend. But other Americans get mad when they team up against you in the jobs. And they want to know and they want to crucify you because they the ones that don't want to change. But let me tell you, that black person that's a cashier at 1216, every morning, every year I came in there and worked and he saw my potential. But the racist black man with the white man and the other people that teaming up, what is that? And they still want to acknowledge me while they give Yellow Breezy and the rest of these racist piece of crap and hip hop and Boosie want to lie. God said, I'm unworthy of what the black man lied about. I mean, then you're going to kill somebody because we don't agree on the same God. And the Boosie lie on his name and act like he believes. That ain't cool. Doug McMillan act like he believes. He's a fake man wearing a fake mask. The only way God could control something because the numbers was greater. What is going on right now? That's why God don't want to come back. See, that's the question one of the pastors need to understand. That's why God don't want to come back. Because the numbers always going to, look what voting, right? The numbers always going to be greater, right? Studied by spirit, I have people act, the numbers affect people, right? Just like you team up against God. What's going to happen on that election if I vote for Joe Biden? And Joe Biden tell me about the changes. What happened with those things? All the politics and the women care about the ability. I can been do it. What happened about those changes when a black man said our name? What happened with the mayor, right? But Timberland said something about they using them, right? Who did he to say that? From hip hop on Texas. Who did him to say those racist things where you want to live in your hatred and your understanding? I ain't with all of that, man. And I don't got hatred in my heart. Joe Biden let this lie and stuff go on for too long. And they continue to let this man make money. They continue to let Yellow Breezy in the mayor and they pass guard and everybody want to catch a fit. That's not my problem. That's not my problem. Now I have to wait. I'm suing everybody that did me wrong in the past, and now I have to wait because Governor Abbott and the politics got a problem with their tax dollars. Now I gotta go through DFW to sue them, Kroger's, because of your problem as a racist man, your problems and your senators. You make me take action because your community got a problem in Texas. And they complain over something that they don't want to change. Don't complain that this pastor talking about something. Don't complain then. If I can't let go of things, but don't tell me what I'm fighting for and what I can't grow. Don't put me back at the bottom of the map because they black people and white people and they all intimidated with jealousy because they're scared. They want to live in their past. They want to live in their past, right? That's the difference between them. They live a lie and we live a truth, right? They live a lie and we truth. Doesn't matter, right? God knew that. God knew numbers did paper didn't mean nothing. Your paper don't mean nothing. If a person hard ain't right and people ability, they will judge those things. Nobody got time for that. But 1,000 years from now, that's why God ain't coming back yet, and you ain't never gonna see him. You gonna know his spirit and know his name, but you ain't never gonna see him. Because the way black people and the way white people and different people see the world with their politics. And we talk about slavery. I just watching a thing when a black person talk about what makes you think of us as equal and human now. Y'all think of them as y'all pet. They judging your spirit and your mindset. See, I already know what Charles was able to kind of, and our black people already had that ability. I know what they was capable of. I know what the white man Charles was looking at me with the black person. They didn't let the talent show, they let the work show for itself. They judged the spirit. Charles looked at me straight from the table. And we talking about this man talking about, yeah, the black man can do it. With the white man, the personality change. But they were to keep our past alive, to keep something from the truth. I have black people and behavior out of them. But they were to destroy somebody that God sent alone to say what need to be said. They are destroyed. Like they've been destroyed. Michael Max didn't get just killed. They got people killed by personalities. They want to accept change. And that's going to be the biggest threat to our democracy from years to come. And God knew these things. He know these things. But you telling that white man to lie? And the black people need a job. We seeing it. They willing to lie too, right? I don't want to hear change. God said, as long as y'all making excuses, history gonna keep changing. But when y'all make excuses, y'all gonna keep making rules, and it's gonna get worse. You see, when you keep making excuses and you talking about letting go thing, you're gonna make rules, and it's gonna get worse. So soon enough, it's gonna become a problem, and that threat where you make rules at, hell gonna be more of a consequences where people gonna go against more. The more you making excuses about addressing the issues, the more things are not. You want to sacrifice something that they are scared of. So let me tell you something. The more this is for the Justice Department, and this is for the pastor. The more you the more you don't want change, and the more you make rules to not see what's going on, it's going to get harder for you in years to come to acknowledge it. It's going to get hard for me. Like if I have a racist stuff, you should treat it like a killing. To take racism off the street, but you in your politics, you that's a good thing though. And you treat racism like a murder. You don't know how to take the stuff off the streets to make the community and the society better. If you take racism off the society, or just penalizing it, say that's a murder. Even now you're not doing violence, but that's you need to get that person off the street and put them in there for good. But those things probably never happen. That's the difference of it. But you're talking about letting go. You was the same way with God. You think you're making changes now? You really think you're making changes? That's why events keep happening. You're able to make rules. You're able to evolve as a business and as a society with your technology. Before and knowing the outside world in the universe, that would never happen. You get pieces of pieces. And you're going to die 1,000 more years, 1,000,000,000 more years until you learn. That's something you understand. The planets hear us. They know why we came, and it would deny us. Just because they don't got a voice, the planet don't talk. They hear you in your spaceship. But those things, you want. Let me tell you, you want the spirit to let go. You want the planets and space to let go of things they can't change. No, you're on their time. You ain't on the Earth time. You're on your creative time and space. You have no control over that. So you have control over here and domination on Earth. But space, you have no control over that. That's where humans would never dominate. And you would never dominate in God's heavens and other planets. You see, you have control over Earth with your rules. But space and the universe going to make sure you have no control over that. As long as they know why you came and each human act up, they going to block you. Yeah, I'm going to give you pieces, but I'm going to block every part of you. You're not going to breathe. We can breathe on Earth because God said you have a little more of an understanding. But space, you can't breathe. And that's where the atmosphere knows your attention. It know why you came. It think it don't hear you. God don't want to hear let go of things you can't change. Because you act like you believe in me, and that's a lie. Let go of things you can't change. So one of the pastors talk about, on a let go of you can't change. But when you don't believe in me, how can we let go of things we can't change? Right? That's the difference with that. The numbers are greater than anything. Let go of things where we can't change. What's the things about those things? Why so of the pastor women? Why so of it? They got another black man talking about this and that, and he act like he's still. Look at your differences. Look what's causing the more of the problem. Look at him talking about Africa. You think God trying to hear you arguing against each other and debate with each other? You think that's really the understanding of that? That is never understanding. You have your differences, right? God knew you were going to argue. God knew numbers was going to be the factor of everything we have claimed. He know these things, right? And he still knows it. You haven't all agreed with me. And that's a problem for him. That's a problem that we have to understand, right? God said, as long as you go against me and go against my children, and you don't want to change is when you understand them. Change is more than you ever know. You know, a person's sister used to go to church, Demira, Sister Emily Cabin, when she was young. We was all young, and she said, you know, Hubert, they're not ready for you. She was talking to God, because Demira's sister used to go to church a lot. She was talking to God. You know, and that's the thing, that we all used to go to church. And I still go, but the problem is that we understand that the format of those things. How can you understand those things? When Walmart willing to team up. How God said let go? Did Michael X quit? Did our slavery quit? Did Abraham Lincoln quit? George Washington quit. They understand the price they had to pay with getting this. They understand it, but We still not learning from it. And your creators watch that. And they're not going to let anything let you jeopardize anything for your personal selfish reasons. They're not going to let you jeopardize. So you control this, but I control that. You have no rules in my upper space and my creation world. God said, I tell your loved ones I'm sleeping in my heavens, but they don't know my spirit have left my heavens. And I enter the heart that is pure. I move mountains and I move spirits. What things that we can't control? What things that we feel for the most in life? Because our black people got an opinion and I see their spirit behavior. Look at how they acting when I'm in the spirit and I see their spirit. If I was in an army, I don't want you to satellite to see my enemy. I want any monopoly. I would see my enemy by spirit. They get frustrated in their cars when they see me on my phone. They get frustrated and they start speeding up. They don't want to change. They want rules. They want life. They want freedom. They want to do what they want, but they don't see the bigger picture. They don't see those things to understand it. God said, I refuse to let go of you tell me you don't make change. Because the more of 1,000 years like me, because people can't stand up for themselves, right? Social Security, disability, right? That's what you mean? Because they scared of what people might think of them. They scared of the other black people, like what they're doing in hip-hop now and Walmart now. I'm not scared. Let them come. But don't make excuses why black people showing hatred on the jobs of Walmart and the business and they lying. Don't make it those excuses. Our black culture, don't make the excuses just because you don't want to wake up to truth. And you know what Kevin Gates told me? Kevin Gates said you do got a good perm, but you don't have to be all that. I was talking about the same thing where Yellow Breezy and them wanted to lie, right? See, they still want to lie. Boosie still want to play the cards. He talk about the price, but he don't understand the price. I want to tell you something. God said I will keep fighting. That American flag said I will keep fighting for change. It doesn't matter how long it takes. If it comes in numbers and packed, if I got to send everybody every century to change in the spirit, I will send them. Those things won't be broken at all. I will send them. God don't want to hear what making change. When Moses didn't want to listen, he didn't want to hear it, right? 1 million more will come. You gonna deny all of them? That's what you say. Let go of change. 1,000. When you're long and gone, they are gonna come and they're gonna rise. They're gonna find a way to fight against you, and you're gonna tell your people and your children not to let them fight for a cause. That's not right. That ain't understanding. God don't respect that. God know the numbers was great. Look what you're doing now. Look what you're doing now. Understanding that price, you would never understand those things. Their spirit behavior is short. You know, I had a dream last night that I was walking and I saw some workers and the news was talking about the tax dollars. And I still didn't get my justice. That what I had a dream a few minutes ago. A few minutes ago I had that dream. And I still didn't get my justice after I had that dream. And then the news was talking about their tax dollars. And I'm sitting up there still fighting for a cause where they don't want to change it. But if I sit here, you're going to lie and say it ain't my fault. It ain't your fault, right? Because you're racist. That God said you're a liar. You a liar. That American flag said it is your fault. You gonna make your excuse, oh, that's not my fault. You gonna sit here if I sit here and play your little racist games and your business of Walmart games and your politics. You gonna talk about it ain't my fault, right? It ain't y'all. Yeah, it is your racist fault. Because you team up against personality. You can't accept the weak person and make it better with the challenges, right? Trust me, I'm much more stronger than you think. I catch on real fast. But don't play with my intelligence. Like the state of Texas. God don't want to eat with Texas, man, after this stuff they pull. And I'm telling them out. We're boosting them. But we talk about these things like we understand it. Like we understand it, right? But 1,000 years, you still gonna make up lies and live. But you know what God said? That's on me. Like Yellow Breezy, even though Yellow Breezy's a liar. Like God, that's on me. He'll handle you when he come to the heavens, when you come to me. God said that's on me and my heavens and my disciples. Or how we gonna deal with it when it's time to come. What you talking about under letting go of things you can't understand, right? You dealing with something that's beyond your means. You dealing with something everybody been trying to figure me out a long time since I was kids. Relationship didn't work because they're so busy being greedy. They're trying to. No, I've never been in competition with them. You can't figure me out and understand me because the determination, not because of the money, because of the growth, the ability to understand this world. That's what they friends and past people, ex-girlfriend would never understand. That's why they didn't work out. Now I had an evaluation done at Newman's, my friend. This is for the pastor, to see what I'm good at. And then we talked about relationships because I was dating this girl named Doris. And he talking about, do you believe that you're supposed to be in a relationship with somebody, you're supposed to be together for life? Yeah, but they had their little attitude about how they feel about relationship and things that I might can't control what happened in the world, but let me tell you, I can control my life, and a woman can't stand by me. That determination. The thing with people, they wanted to live in the moment. I always wanted to plan in the moment. Those things, but they get with other dudes about personality. Oh, how fine he is, and I don't give a heck about that. Yeah, I go on these dating websites. Hold up, she too cute. I don't care about your beauty. I care about your spirit. That's all you care about. Oh, she too cute. Get off that with this website. But the same people there deny what we doing. But how would that? How can we understand those things, right? God don't want to hear things we can't let go.